The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Back on the Domino's postgame report as Carson-Newman collects a 101-75 win over Catawba College's Catawba Indians. Adam Cavalier alongside Carson-Newman head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. Chuck, quite a bit to talk about in this one. A series of late that had been defined by close games over the last 9 meetings. You led on aggregate by 8 points. Catawba has been injury hampered this year. How much of a role did that play? No Jameel Taylor.
Oh, my God.
Malik Constantine for them.
Well, let's just flip it. Let's take Charles Clark and Malik Abraham off our floor. You know what I'm saying? So that makes a difference. So Jameel Taylor is one of the best players in our league. Malik Constantine is one of the best young players in our league. You take those two guys out of the lineup, it's going to negatively impact. Now, you also consider they had 5 or 6 seniors they lost from last season, so they've got a whole bunch of fresh-faced, inexperienced freshmen out there and new kids. And Coach Perrin is in between a rock and a hard place. But I watched very carefully. His team didn't quit. They don't quit. They play hard. He kept poised. They kept poised. I thought Morrison is showing a great deal of class and leadership in the way he's trying to sort of carry this young group. And I honestly think that they still can turn this thing around and win some games and really let this be a catalyst for a positive future.
Meanwhile, you look internally. Charles Clark, back-to-back 30-point efforts for him, goes for 34, 3, and 3 tonight and becomes the 5th guy in program history, the 4th guy in South Atlantic Conference history with 2,000 points. Just another night for Charles Clark.
Well, what can you say? I mean, the guy has had just an incredible career up to this point. I expect him to continue to provide great performances for us, and I'm very happy for him. At this point, I don't know if Charles really understands the significance of this accomplishment. I know as he gets past this and he looks back reflectively in the future, I think he'll have greater sense of pride. But I know from having done this for 27 years now that you come across a player like Charles Clark about once in a career. So. He is truly special, and I'm glad that I've had the chance to coach him for 3.5 seasons.
It's one thing to tie the bow on the career. There's still plenty of the career to go.
Right.
But today, why was he so effective? 7 of 11 from long range.
It's like anything else. I mean, he's seen so many shots fall that he's got great confidence, and he tested it early, and it got going early, and. He's the kind of guy. I mean, once it's on, it is on, and he found that he got in that zone. Early in that for that first media, and then of course he had plenty of minutes to perform, and he did.
First wire-to-wire win for you guys, in a little bit. Had some earlier in late November, early December. Why were you guys pedal to the metal right from the jump?
I think our guys historically know that Catawba is a really, really tough opponent, and our guys were excited to play. We're not first time back this semester at home, and even though the students aren't here yet, we've got a really good crowd thanks to our women's team. They brought in a lot of people, and so I just think our guys were excited, and they went out there and threw a couple of really good, hard first punches, and established a bit of a cushion, and just continue to keep it and expand it as the game went on.
Continued to have that good inside-out presence. Josh Murray, 15 points, 2 blocks for him. Malik Abraham finishes with 20. What kind of balance did they have to offset Charles Clark?
Well, Charles does his thing, obviously, but we have so many other weapons. Josh and Dima were sort of splitting the majority of the minutes at the 5, and they were incredibly efficient. Malik just jumps up there and throws in a quiet 20. Grant Teichman is hovering right there, sort of in that triple-double realm again. Just so many guys just add so much value to this team that we're very fortunate and blessed to have put together a roster at this particular time that does what it does.
And shared the ball exceptionally well too.
Yeah.
3 guys have at least 5 assists. And finished with 27.
Yeah, we always are stressing the value of sharing the ball and the great benefit that comes from that, and seeing them really sort of do that again tonight, just it always makes the coach happy because you know what it means. You understand what's gonna happen in terms of our performance when guys are willing to give the thing up and trust one another.
Turn your attention now to a pretty formidable 3-game stretch on the road for back-to-back contests at Tusculum on Wednesday and then to Wingate on Saturday before returning here for the granddaddy of them all against Lincoln Memorial on regional television. What do you have to do to play within yourselves these next 3, but especially Wednesday night at Tusculum?
Well, we take each day one day at a time. Right now we need a little rest tomorrow and Sunday, and then we go full board preparation mode for Tusculum. Huge rivalry game. First-year head coach Nick Pasqua, I think he's doing an incredible job. I know their students will be back on campus, so it'll be a really intense environment. But we've got to prepare and go over there and face a team that's going to play, 10, 12 guys, press you for 40 minutes, try to play an incredibly high-paced game. So I'm excited to really see how guys function in that. Then, of course, you turn around for a Wingate Bulldog team who I think has surpassed expectation up to this point. They lost some fabulous talent from last year's team, seniors, after making an NCAA tournament run, and they've really put together a nice season so far. That's always a tough place to play. So this week is going to be a major challenge. 2 on the road, 2 conference games on the road. And I like where we are. I like how we're developing and evolving as a team. But we just got to take one day at a time and continue to try to be the best version of ourselves that we can be.
Chuck, pleasure as always. Congrats on the win.
Can I tell you one thing I thought was really good tonight?
What was that?
Iconic legend Sawyer Williams was back for the first time in for Christmas break from Auburn, where he's in vet school, and I felt like he when I saw him come in, I sort of got moist around the eyes. I sort of got moist because I really thought, I was thinking, hey, it's his dream. It's all your back. We're ready to put him back on the floor. But, it was just good to see him here. He's doing great. I'm very, very proud of him. And there's one of those Eagles that just you never forget.
All right, Chuck, go towel off.
Thanks, Kev.
That's Carson-Newman head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson.